In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down David Couatio and how he was able to score 30 points in one of our most recent games. Yes, we blew this team out, but it was a great team effort. However, somehow, David had a silent 30-point game, which means that the defense really didn't isolate and try to stop him because it was a quiet 30 points because other players were also going off as well. So, generally speaking, in a 30-point game, you're going to need to average about 8 points per quarter, which is around 4 layups. So if you're looking to score 30 points, that's essentially what you're going to have to do. But let's see what David was able to actually do. And that was, once I get the score sheet up, in the first quarter, David had 7 points. Now, when you look at that, you're going to say, okay, well, he's 1 point under that 8-point average. His second quarter, he had 6 points. So now, at half, he had 13 points at halftime, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. And he's not quite halfway there, but he's close to 15 points, which is what you would be looking to have. In the third quarter, he had 9 points. So now he's at 22 going into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, he had 4 layups, which then equaled 30 points. It was a well-rounded scoring game, which means that he didn't drop 20 or 25 in the first half, where now the other team is going to be focusing on him. What he was able to do is be able to even out his scoring throughout the entire game, while there were other players who were scoring a lot in the first quarter that basically took all of the attention off of him and all put onto that other player. So let's get down. Let's check out a couple of David's clips to see what he was able to do that you can do as well in your next game.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing.
Okay, so this is one of his first threes. It was a wing to corner pass. He was wide open in the corner, and he was able to drain that 3-point shot. Being able to find open spots in the court is extremely important. Also, having a point guard who is excited about players scoring right here is, of course, extremely fun to play with. Here, Armin gets into the corner, gets double teamed, and he's able to get that ball out to David, who is then able to hit the bank 3-point shot. I really like David's shooting from that right wing because sometimes his hand goes a bit narrow on the ball, goes a bit right, and when it does, it usually banks in, and let's just say it's meant to happen. He's also able to get to the rim quite easily. So of course he does have length he does have long arms, which makes it easy, but when he gets this pass, Armin sets a screen for David, and this player moves over like if he's going to try and fight over top of that screen. He's cheating, and David's able to notice that, and he's able to attack the rim with 2 dribbles, and he takes 2 long steps to be able to go up for that layup. Actually, I should say floater. He has a really good touch around the basket, and of course, working on your floaters is extremely important for situations like that. So here we're setting up our half-court trap, and the other team messed up. They had a miscommunication. They inbounded the ball after one of our baskets, and David was able to recognize that nobody was going for that ball, so he sprinted for it, and he was able to take very few dribbles to get to that rim and finish right at that rim, while the other team was not ready to, of course, play defense. And of course, being a great defensive player as well is important because if you're not playing defense, guess what? You're not going to be on the court. So, big defensive plays will allow you to stay on the court longer. Also, having teammates who can feed the ball. Now, this is not to David at all, but having players who can, of course, facilitate plays is extremely important to your team's success. By the way, Jimmy, amazing basket there. Again, another defensive play here. David's able to poke that ball free right at the point, which means that he's going to have an absolutely wide open layup on the other end of the court. Again, defense to offense can allow you to score some really easy points. And any defense to offense points usually don't have or don't allow the other coach to say to their players, hey, he's killing us right now. because he's not going up against any defense. He stole the ball and went all the way. Also, being a great passer, as we see here, David is an amazing passer. Here he gets the pass, and there are 3 players, one guarding him, one guarding David, and one who lost his man. And David was able to notice that. He was able to get that ball to that player who was able to get that layup. Also, one more thing, somehow this player thought that that pass was going out to the point, probably because Armin was dropping a lot of points up until that time of the game, and Jimmy was able to then finish with that layup. Again, being a great passer is very important. We had a backdoor cut by David. He was able to get that ball in the paint, which is going to collapse and have the whole entire team's attention onto you. Whenever you have the entire team's attention on you in the paint, you cannot go up to score. You need to be able to kick that ball out, and your team needs good shooters like we do to hit those threes. Here we get a little bit of a dribble handoff, Dahari to David. David does a quick, somewhat fake looking at the rim, which gets this defender slightly in the air. And then David's able to attack. Look how many dribbles he takes to attack. He takes one at first, and then he takes technically only one attack dribble, which is inside the 3. After he takes that dribble, look how long his steps are. He's protecting the ball with his body, and then he's able to go up, in my opinion, with the and one. And now this is the 30th point that David dropped. This is the point that gets me extremely excited because all game we didn't call our foreplay for David. David is a fantastic scorer in the high post. He is a fantastic scorer in the low post. Getting him into the post is extremely important if we want to win. And here he's able to turn really quickly, uses his off arm to clear out his defender, takes one dribble, gets that ball close to his body so that this man over here can't steal it. And then he takes, of course, this little bit of a floater over top of the defender. Having a great touch around the basket again is extremely important. Practice your floaters. They're important. They're so important to be able to score. And then again, having a point guard or a player on your team who is kind of like a team mascot who can drop 20 points easily is extremely important. And here Armin is going crazy and happy for, of course, David. Armin, you are amazing as well. I like your excitement. It's really, truly amazing. But again, really working on your touch around rim is going to help you drop 30. There's my reaction and, of course, me telling Leon to get into the court because there's about 3 minutes left in the game. We're up by about 35. So there's no sense in having David drop any more points. So good job, David. I know you're happy. I was happy. Everyone was happy. And Dahari with a massive block. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. Congratulations to David hitting his first 30-point game. And of course, as a combination, a guard combo that we have, Armin and David combined dropped 51 points. So congratulations to them as well. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.